welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today I'm going to make a pattern for this. You may have seen this over on my social media. I was away for a couple days and I was supposed to be relaxing and not thinking about bracelets. But of course, I brought along string and thought about bracelets, and I came up with this. And there's a few things that you should know before trying to tackle this yourself. And the first thing is, in order for me to get all of the blue on this side of a teardrop and all of the hot colors on this side of the teardrop, I'm going to show you a couple pictures here. One is how I linked them together. All right. And then we basically made a Kumi going part way with one direction with the colors, and then part way the other direction with the colors. So it's you actually have to take it off of the disc and go to the other side. So that's how we get that loop. After that, it's all this. So I have already taken the colors from the bracelets I did and put them on this little thing, which I have on its own little layer so I can move it around like this. The first couple colors are really close to each other, so that's going to be a little bit difficult to see the difference of, but it is what it is. All right, so paint tool, fill similar areas. I actually checked this time. All right, so I got to get to the right layer. This comes down, and I have the bracelet in front of me, so I'm going to be actually using the bracelet myself to help do this. This one comes down, and what makes the whole thing happen or whatever is the hot colors are going over the middle part, if that makes sense. Let's do a couple colors here. I try to explain as we go along. So everything kind of just bounces and zigzags an awful lot. But again, see, this is the middle section, and the hot colors get the middle, at least to start with. And I think, to me, that was one of the interesting aspects of this bracelet, is that if you were paying attention, you would know that the reds have the center for the first half and the blues have the center for the second half. It's completely unnecessary. I know that. But I like it. I like that level of thinking something through and what? That was weird. So technically, I don't even know if this template that we have is going to be long enough, because of the fact that, I mean, I didn't use a pattern. I just went off. It's essentially, this whole thing is nothing more than an arrowhead. All right. The complicated part is in how I got the colors to do the stuff that they're doing. So I suspect that there are people who won't wait until the pattern comes out, who will go off and make their own. Mind you, the reason why this video is coming out as late as it is, it really comes down to the scheduling. I put a lot of work into the videos and getting things, ready kind of early and figuring out stuff. And scheduling has made this come out, well, today. So it is what it is. I had thought about trying to make it a, a video for the weekends and stuff, but in order for me to kind of keep everything else with the schedules working right, I can't just have days where I'm making two videos because this is gonna be a two-parter. There is a second bracelet to this, so I can't go and fall behind, you know. So yeah, it's probably is going to be a little bit longer than what this is. We're gonna have to we're gonna have to work that out. All right, and I can see that because the this one still does it. So this is the brightest of the colors. And you can see how I'm using like the existing things here to see where it bounces, right? It can't have continued going straight because that's in the way. It does the little thing in the side over here. It's a little bit self-explanatory. Now it's going to follow outside of this orange, comes down. Let's go ahead and add some length to this before we get too far. Okay, so Control C, Control V. Move this way down. We're giving ourselves all kinds of space at this point. All right. And now image. Fit canvas to layers. There it is. And then we have a weird, it's not perfectly centered. There. Oh, because I didn't go to the edge on that. Okay. As long as we know what's happening. All right. Yeah, we definitely didn't have to go that far, but I'd rather have it be a little too long than too short. All right, so that's where the yellow finally goes to. This color comes out and back and down here. And the same happens with this one. Again, I'm just trying to do like the easy stuff. You know, it's going to get done at some point. It's kind of easy to spot it here. And this is the dark one. And then the dark one will start going and being the thing there next. All right, so now, let's move this to the other side. All right. So now this one, the blue side, it basically loses everything in the middle. Every time it comes to that middle line, it doesn't get its doesn't go over the top, essentially. So now it's the next blue. So a lot of this is going to be the same for the part 2 of this video. Now that I kind of think about it, they are really super close together. I had to kind of back out a little bit so I could see where the actual diamond is. It's right here. So this is the diamond that one made. So that's 1, 2. This is number 3. So there's 6 colors on either side. This is a 12-string bracelet. Obviously, in order for me to make it the way I did, the strings had to be doubled up. Had to. I mean, yeah. I don't see another way. I mean, I guess you could kind of tie your strings into a knot. Oops. I mean, okay, you could have maybe not had a Kumi and you could have done something different. I don't know. It really works out best this way, honestly. So there's number 3. Number 4. I think part of what really made this bracelet work was the fact that it is sort of hots and colds. The hot side is very much like what you might see from a fire, and the cold side is very much what you might see if you were looking at a photo of Antarctica. So something about that combination is pretty cool. Yeah, I thought about trying to maybe do this pattern in different colors for the, just the pattern itself. But then I realized, like, yeah, that's just going to make it maybe a little bit more confusing. Besides, you need 12 colors, you know. Like if you only needed 6 colors, then just doing the rainbow makes a whole lot of sense. But the fact that this needs 12 sort of ups the difficulty level. All right, this is the 6th one. And you can see I have to just follow along here and see, like the spaces that are available and kind of where it goes until we get out to the open part. And then it hugs along the side. There we go. So now we can do that same thing about how the inner one comes in. So this color comes out and goes to there and is out. This is this one. This one goes through here to here to here to here to there. Kind of realized when we did this the last time that this was a nice way of filling in most everything else that we already did. So this goes to there. And then our darkest one comes through this way. Okay, so this dark one is out here. So now this is the start of the dark ones having the center. And then this comes out like that. We missed one here. Okay, so then the second darkest one, it comes through this way. Yeah, this is oh, and then the lightest one is what comes through here. So again, because now we've shifted and this is the half where the blues win, the lightest one now becomes the center as opposed to using something from the yellow's side. Again, this is the subtle little things that I don't think most people who are, looking at buying your bracelets, I don't think most of them notice. There will be some that do. And there will be some who are so amazed and astonished that you went to that trouble that they would pay extra for it. So, and I don't charge extra for it or anything, but I have known people who were like, nah, I don't know, you know, and then find out that I did something really incredible going on in the background, and they're like, okay, you sold me. That's it. I will pay. And yeah, that's probably why I still do it. It's it's a bit of the whole like knowing that I thought it all the way through, as well as knowing that there's somebody out there who will care, and that means the world to me. So you can see now we got the blues are happening. Where's my next one coming from? Here. It's a little bit weird for me to think of the fact that I did all this in my head, basically. I mean, it is just an arrowhead. There's something sort of simple about the arrowheads. It's just a zigzaggy pattern that does stuff. And all I really had to concern myself with when it came to the arrowhead was the center area, with the two different colors coming together and making sure that I didn't have anything. Oops, not that one. This didn't have anything like going in a weird direction or something. All right. Next one is this. I kind of had, um, like after I had gotten done with making the bracelets, I kind of realized like, oh man, this would have been great ones for doing, you know, either on the live streams for the members and stuff where they could have actually heard me talk about it as I was working it out, or just as like a video for making um, the bracelets themselves. But, you know, I wasn't around and yeah. I still had a good time getting away. I have to say, like, um, getting out of the house and being away and stuff was okay. Um, they had a swimming pool. We never got to use it because the kept threatening rain, and I mean, I guess we kind of could have, but it looked kind of dark and grim outside, and we were just like, you know what, forget it. I'm like, wait, something was wrong. It's because I missed that one. Like, that doesn't look right at all. There we go. So that comes in, and this makes that one. And then this one goes in there like that. All right, back here. So now we're back to the darkest. We still have the other color to put in here, but um, we are almost done. I'm actually a little bit surprised at how long this is taking us. As in, it's taking longer than I expected, in case you didn't understand that. There. So there is our blue colors. Up here is my darkest of the reds. And that goes to there. Second darkest. I'm just going to fill this part in at this point. It's already been um, like 25 minutes or so. And I'm kind of feeling kind of bad about that. So you can see like this came down all the way to the blue, and then it just gets like these little knots right here on the side, which I have to say, like in some ways, um, it is a little bit difficult to sort of like keep track of where you were when these things are happening. You have to. It is a more advanced. It's not like the most advanced thing, but it is more advanced. It is not the easiest kind of stuff to do here. I've lost track of which one we are. This is the red. This is it. can't be the lightest. Is this the same? It is. Wait, did we miss something up here? Darkest, second, third, fourth, fifth. I guess we're... Somehow this kind of went faster than I thought, I guess. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, that does go to the last one. All right. And then it goes back to the darkest out here. And if you hadn't noticed, I stopped the blue. It's the darkest red takes the middle at this point because of the fact that the blue had this one, the red had this one. So it's, if it was to have continued on even further, we're implying with just this one knot that things go back to how it started. It's subtle. I get it. That's kind of nitpicky, but yeah, it's that, again, it's those little details, man. All right, so I'm gonna kind of clean this up just a little bit. There we go. So that's the bracelet. I will have the pattern available over on my website, akaawol.com. And before I go, I want to thank my Patreon supporters and my YouTube members for making all of this stuff possible. I really do appreciate everything you guys do for me. You guys are the best. So thank you. Absolutely thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am going to make another video for tomorrow showing how the other version, which is obviously it's the slightly more complex version. So that's something to look forward to. All right, guys. I really appreciate you hanging out with me here today. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.